Hello. Over the past several months, you've heard from so many St. Andrew members about how they envision their own stewardship. We also heard from Tom Mingus last week, the stewardship chair, letting us know that the budget narrative for this coming year will be in our mailbox soon. And he asked us to prayerfully consider our financial pledge to St. Andrew for the coming year. I would like to first reinforce his prayerful plea. Please do watch for the mailing from St. Andrew, and please let church leadership know, as soon as you can, how you might be able to financially support our wonderful congregation and its mission. But second, I'd like to reintroduce myself for those of you who may not know me. My name is John Seitz, and I'm truly thankful every day for the community that has been created by St. Andrew. Our family has been St. Andrew members for around 12 years, and our entire family adores this wonderful community. I'm also a member of the St. Andrew Stewardship Committee, and also a member of the St. Andrew Nominating Committee. I've also been a sponsor of the St. Andrew Cairo and Safe youth groups for about as long as I can remember. My wife, Heather, has also been very involved with the various committees and councils and Sunday school that all help guide our congregation and its missions. My point, as you're considering how you can support our church financially, please also prayerfully consider how you might, if at all possible, pledge the treasure of your time. There are still a few leadership positions open for your consideration, so please check your email for details or reach out to me or any other nominating committee member, Kathy Marion, Annette Bradbury, Jody Nicholas, or Bob Dinkins, if you are willing and able to pledge in this way. I hope your fall is joyful, hopeful, and full of God's grace. Peace.
Good afternoon here at the Hearth Room of St. Andrew Christian Church. I'm here to talk about our upcoming sermon series. We are on a new sermon series starting this Sunday. It is a 5-week series. I have entitled it The Pesky Parables. And in the Synoptic Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, Jesus' primary form of teaching is this unique form of storytelling that many of us know called parables. They're these short little stories that have multiple meanings. They are often parabolic in their very nature. They have metaphors and similes. They have lots of symbolism built within them. They're unique little fun stories, but outside of them being fun, they're actually very challenging to people of faith. Many of the parables that I've read throughout my life, I read a parable once and think I've kind of got it figured out, and then I read it 6 months later and the parable means something different. And so we're going to be exploring parables over the next 5 weeks. And on top of that, we have the joy of incorporating into each of our weeks of this series the biblical storytellers, and they will be helping share those parables in fun, dramatic ways. And so I'm excited about the biblical storytellers being a part of the series this week all the way through the 5 weeks. The parable this week is often called the parables of the laborers in the vineyard. It's in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 20, the first 16 verses. And it's an interesting little parable. As Jesus tells this parable, all these workers are working in the vineyard, and they get hired at different times to come in and work. And I've kind of relabeled the parable in terms of the laborers in the vineyard. I basically called it the parable of fairness. What does it mean to enact a faith of fairness in the world? So we'll explore this parable, we'll look at the parable, and then we'll look at some of the implications of how that parable still plays itself out in our common culture, in our relationships with other people, and even that struggle we have within of what we think is fair, not only for ourselves, but within our society. So I think it'll be a fun parable to start with. It'll challenge us and help us look more deeply of who we are called to be as a people of faith. Join us for Pesky Parables and the Parable of Fairness on Sunday.